Alright, so Marvel just put out the 12th issue for the Ultimate series, and it is massive for 3 different reasons. Not only are there 2 very important reveals, but there's also one major story progression that's going to help move the narrative forward. Remember, we're running out of time before the Maker gets out of the city. It's down to just 6 months before he's back, and who knows what life is going to look like for them when that happens, if they're not ready. So this issue actually starts off with the first reveal, which we don't actually get in full quite yet, so we're going to call this reveal number 1A, because the B half of this reveal actually comes at the end of the issue. And on the first page here, it is fully set in stone that this universe's hand is basically the Ultimate Universe equivalent to S.H.I.E.L.D., as we see a hand helicarrier where someone's actually talking to Nick Fury, the director of Hand, and it's revealed to us that there is a traitor inside the Ultimates, an inside informant providing information to Nick Fury so he can provide it to the Maker's Council. Now again, this traitor is revealed at the end of the issue, so stick around for that, but basically what this does is it continues something that was actually set up in a one-shot that Marvel put out a while ago called Ultimate Universe 1 Year In, which was an issue fully centered around Nick Fury. I'm going to cover that one when I do my Ultimate Wolverine video, which I'm working on right now. That should be out soon. But basically, this was kind of hinted at in that issue. He literally told the council that he is an insider informant, but he will not tell them who it is. And so we get a little Easter egg here through the dialogue where someone says, "It's dangerous for me to even be talking to you." And Nick responds saying, "Don't worry, you're protected and sheltered in the palm of Hand. Now, what have you got for me?" And whoever this person is says, "Iron Lad called a meeting." And Nick asks, "With the whole network? The whole Ultimates team on the satellite?" And this person responds, "No, half of us were there remotely. After what happened in our fight with the Hulk, the team never assembles in the same place all at once." And to this, Fury says, "Ah, so they've learned." And automatically this makes you question, if they are all so scarred from this fight and they're so worried about getting in one place because they're going to be taken out the minute they do, what does that say about their confidence in the team, right? The Ultimates has been going strong for a while now, collecting new members over and over and over again, but now after one major fight they can't even feel confident enough to all get in the same room. And again, stick around till the end because they actually touch on that later in the issue. And Nick Fury sits there talking at his desk saying, "Alright, start from the beginning. What happened at this meeting?" And we also want to note that they said Iron Lad called a meeting, so we can reasonably assume that it's not Tony. But you're sitting there like, okay, well then who is it? Who could it possibly be? Is it Jim Hammond? Is it Dr. Doom? We don't really fully know these characters yet. A lot of this series has been pretty plot heavy, not character heavy, so it's pretty open. Like, it could be anybody. It could even be Steve. But basically we jump over to the Ultimates on the satellite where half of them are calling in, and we learn that they have every single one of them, everyone who was in that fight has been having a collective nightmare about all of them being mauled, destroyed, and killed by the Hulk in their fight, which we touched on in this video here. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. And so they start to wonder, are we going crazy? What is going on? And that's basically what they're discussing in this meeting. And we see that Tony is actually playing footage of their nightmare. And this is where we get reveal number 2, where we realize Dr. Doom has already been messing with time on his own. And as they all sit in this room, Tony looks over to Dr. Doom and says, "Tell them, or I will." And Doom just looks over with a guilty face on his mask, saying nothing. And Tony just says, "Fine, I'll do it. Ever since I fused the Immortus engine with my nervous system to heal myself, I've been catching up on what I missed. Now that I've merged with the engine, it allows me to see through time. Well, sometimes. I'm still kind of figuring it out. But when I looked back on that day where we fought the Hulks, I saw 2 versions of events superimposed, like they were 2 competing realities, one growing stronger and the other one fading out. 2 different realities, one where we got out just in time thanks to being pulled out by Doom, and one in which we didn't. One where we all died, just like the nightmare." And they all look at Doom, waiting for him to speak, and he says, "It was all very messy. During our fight, the Hulk did kill you all. I tried as hard as I could to get you out of there, but it didn't happen. By the time I found you, all there was destruction, defeat. It was unacceptable, so I intervened. I saved your lives. You're welcome." And Hawkeye's like, "Wait, you're saying that really happened? I thought I was all just screwed up in the head, man. Come on. Why didn't you say something?" And Hank sits there in disbelief saying, "We died?" And we see Luke Cage is actually on this call, so he's contributing to the Ultimates, which is why they introduced him. He's not just doing his own thing like I thought he was. And he just chimes in with one simple phrase, "That's fucked up." And Tony confronts him head on. "You've been lying to us, Doom. You've been lying to us all. And you broke our agreement. You know, the one about time travel?" And Doom fires back, "I saved your lives. I saved the Ultimates, the entire concept. You should be at my feet worshiping me. Everything I've done for the cause." And Tony cuts him off. Yeah? And what about Project 4? All that time supposedly working on the correct dose of cosmic energy. All a lie. You've been experimenting on mice, trying to recreate the Fantastic Four's powers. All that time you've been trying to break through the Maker's barrier. You want to radically change the past. You want to bring back your family. You want to undo everything we've done just to bring them back. That's the real reason you're here. If you want an explanation, I will give it happily, Doom replies. But if you seek contrition, I'm afraid I ran out of that a long time ago. I am Doom. You must accept this, as I have. Do you even remember your own words? Fix the world. That was the supposed purpose of the Ultimates. Well, I'm trying to do that. Can you say the same? Can any of you say the same? Should I have let you stay dead? Not gone back in time and saved any of you? Let the whole dream die? And Tony has a horrified look on his face. Just tell me, is that why you took us out after I was crushed by the Hulk? Were you trying to cover your tracks? And Doom sits silently for a second. Is that really how low you think of me? I don't know what to think, Tony responds. It just seems a bit convenient, doesn't it? I am the only one who could have understood what you've been doing here. Why else? Doom, why else would you let that happen to me? And he flashes back on the pain of that moment before Doom says, I really tried. Tony, it wasn't just separate space and times. I had to bring you guys back by rewriting time while also maintaining this version of myself. It wasn't exactly easy to do. The further away your deaths were from me, the more difficult it became. With each passing second, the calculations became even more complex. I tried to get you out from the beginning. I really tried to save you. And in this moment of vulnerability, Doom starts to crumble. The Maker's words ring in his head. But even with a time machine, I ran out of time. Everything I touched, I doomed. I miscalculated again. It won't work without you. None of it works without all of us here. I had to save you, even if it meant risking everything, losing out on being able to save my family. And Tony steps in with compassion. Doom, it's okay. It's not okay, Anthony. Nothing is okay. And he gestures to the whole crowd. Don't you see? It's not working. We haven't made progress. Not even close. And he's coming back soon. We learned from the Guardians that in the far future, we have already lost. And America chimes in. He's right. I've seen it myself, and I'm sure it was real. Don't ask me how. I'm just sure. And Doom points to Tony. You said the engine lets you see through time. Have you checked the future? And Tony pulls it up on the screen. I've been trying to. Everything after the city opens is just white. 6 months from now, I have no idea what's gonna happen. That's ominous, the other members say. And Tony thinks about what Doom is saying, and then says, okay. Okay, Doom repeats. Yes, I believe you, and I trust you. And he gestures to the whole team. I didn't call everyone here to put you on trial, Doom. I just knew that we needed to get on the same page. We have to decide on the future of this thing together. I agree with you. This isn't working. I don't think trying to break through this barrier is any better. And Tony, the origin boxes are also a failed concept, and I stand by that. We don't need ominous visions of the future or potential pasts to see what's right in front of our faces. We are no match for what's already here, much less what's coming when the city opens. The Ultimates have been scattered, and I've been thinking too small, Cap says. Thinking like a soldier instead of what we need. America Chavez and Luke Cage have been much more affected than I have. We could all learn a lot from them, but we haven't really been asking them questions. And Doom chimes back in, and we must use the Immortus engine to its fullest potential. It is our greatest weapon. We need to think in 4 dimensions. And Tony pulls out a marker for the dry erase board. Well, I've actually been thinking about this for a while, he says. And America chimes in, you're already making the same mistakes here. It can't just be you or Doom or Steve making decisions. We all need to have our ideas pitched in. We have to try everything to save everything. So from here on out, we pool perspectives and ideas. We find ways to combine expertise and enhance our approaches. Nothing is forbidden, Doom says, and everything is possible. And Tony starts going to work on the board. Okay, then I guess it's unanimous. The Ultimates 2.0 is hereby dissolved. Let's make sure the next one's better. And there we have our major plot progression. The Ultimates 3.0, a new version of the team. And we see this group shot of everybody else in the room as Tony asks, so who wants to go first? And then we get our reveal 1B. The second half, we find out who it is as Nick Fury continues talking after hearing everything that happened in the meeting, saying, so they all died, huh? It's a shame it didn't stick. Present company excluded, of course. And the traitor says, listen, Fury, you made assurances to me. And he cuts him off. Then rest assured, I'm a man of my word. When the time comes, and the time will come, you and your husband will be spared, Mrs. Van Dyne. So as long as you tell me everything that you know that you will not have to worry about a thing, and that Hand and the Maker have your back. Now go ahead, you'd better get back before Hank misses you. We put groceries in your car for an alibi. And hey, thank you for participating in Hand's informant program. We'll be in touch. And that last little line there is not something to be forgotten. Informant program, meaning it's open to everybody. This is not just something for the Ultimates. This is not just them trying to get one traitor to give them information. This means this exists outside the Ultimates. Anything mean, any revolution, anybody that's standing up, that means that'll probably come into play later, or in other series, or anything like that. So once again, every time we think we're moving in the right direction, we realize that the Maker and everything that he did to this universe is just too big. He has his hands in everything. He is prepared for every single possibility. Anybody who might stand up to him. He took his time to take care of everything. And so even now that they're trying to make the Ultimates better, they're still being dragged down by someone on the inside shooting the whole team in the foot. So very, very interesting. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this issue and what you think about the Wasp betraying the team. I mean, what do we think is going to happen from that? Is there going to be a fight between her and Hank? I have no idea where this is going to go, and I'm curious, do you guys think that Nick reached out to her before she joined the team and that's why she really wanted to? Or do you think it was after the fact and she just had second guesses because she saw how unprofessional and ineffective the team was? I'm curious to know what you guys think. Maybe she got a scare from what happened to Tony and just started to backpedal a little bit, and that's why she needed those assurances. I have no idea. I didn't think they were going to reveal this soon after the 1 year in one shot, but makes me even more excited to do a video on that. So leave a like if you want that video to come out faster. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. That is the video. Thank you for watching.